Joffrey, Renly, Robb Stark are all thieves. They'll bend the knee or I'll destroy them.
The Emperor's hand stood, arms folded, as he observed the city of Sar Mell below, from the great height of the balcony of the council chamber. The great new city north of Volantis, built on top of the ruins of an old Rhoynish city, had grown at an extreme rate over the last 10 years, bringing people from all over the known world for trade and service amongst many other reasons. The Valyrian capital had mainly prospered and grown under the guidance and knowledge of the previous regent, the dragon's right hand, Brion henaris. Aenys often joked about being one-handed. I may have lost my hand in the smoking ruins of old Valyria, but Brion is a much superior replacement. The old fool would bore me with that story twice daily towards the end, Cerillian remembered. Ever proud of the former Emperor's dependency on him, the gout and other illnesses had gotten that bad that he could barely remember anything, yet he always remembered Cerillian. The son I never had, he would always say. He really was pathetic, laughed Cerillian. And this boy Emperor is even more gullible and foolish. Cerillian wasn't completely ungrateful, however. If it wasn't for Brion, he'd still be back in Braavos counting coppers for the Sea Lord. Instead, he was now the second most powerful man in New Valyria. Although the most powerful was completely useless and had no idea what to do with all that power, and even if he did, he wouldn't be interested in using it. He'd rather still be tucked away in that tower of his with his collection of dusty old ancient scrolls and books, with that dirty old savage from the Iron Isles of Westeros and his smug cousin constantly shadowing him, and now his own sister had joined his small yet formidable personal guard. It was no matter though, the Emperor had given Cerillian complete control over the Empire, just as Brion had wished. He could pick his own council and had hand-picked all the castle's servants and guards. The first thing he had done when coming into his regency was remove all of those stubborn old loyalists. He could never get anything done with those fools disagreeing with his every decision, and recently he had finally got rid of the old council when he had removed the Emperor's own sister from the council. How Cerillian had loved that, the look on the princess's face when he and his new council had given her the news, her beautiful white face going an ugly flush red as she rose to her feet flustered. "We shall see what my brother has to say about this," she spat. You could almost see the smoke steaming from her mouth. Maybe these Valyrians really are part dragon, Cerillian later joked with his council. "We shall not, dear princess. I have already gone over this decision with his grace, and I have his full confidence and backing," Cerillian smiled. "It is mine and the council's wish that you be sent to Valyria to aid your brother Orion and Noros Pennos with his small inconvenience we're having over in Slavers Bay." "Never," Aelyrus threw back. "My brother Orion, with the aid of Lord Pennos, will have no need of my help. Noros is a loyal man, and one of, if not the greatest commander the Empire has." "And that's why he's commanding our armies in Slavers Bay and not here," Cerillian broke in. Truth be told, he was no more than a jumped up sellsword, a great oaf, who just so happened to make friends with another great oaf who just so happened to tame a dragon. "I will be going nowhere," the princess said, venom in her mouth. "My other brother is the one who needs my aid and protection. This city is a pit of vipers. He may be too gullible to see you for what you are, but I am not. Snakes are no match for dragons, as you'll soon find out. Once those slavers are dealt with, I'll see that my other brother and my father's loyal men are brought to Sar Mell to purge this city of the rats and restore order. I think you'll find that the Emperor's twin is a different beast, one you'll not so easily tame." With that, she ferociously strode from the council chamber, turning at the doors to deal one last furious look at Cerillian. "I must think of something, and soon. I must see that things don't go too smoothly in the east. I can't afford for the slavers to be dealt with too soon. I must deal with this unruly princess and the Emperor's wrath twin before the foolish slavers undoubtedly lose this foolish rebellion of theirs. Orion, unlike Astorion, will burn them all to the ground and ensure there is no further rebellions. Maybe I could use that to my advantage. Slavers Bay will need a new overlord, and with that will come a lot of power and wealth. With that power, as well as my position, I won't be so easily removed. This so-called princess and her brood think themselves untouchable just because they have a few oversized lizards barely big enough to ride. Doom, however, their father's dragon, was a terrible sight to behold. Cerillian had only sighted the dragon a handful of times, but that was enough. The last time it had flew straight over the top of Sar Mell, turning the sky black with its shadow. The 3 dragons living in the dragon pit of the castle were minute in comparison, but would grow to the same size if they lived long enough. Cerillian turned from the balcony and made his way out of the council chamber. "I must speak with the Emperor at once. I cannot let all my hard work be undone." Hey guys, Grand Maester Stitch and welcome back to the Citadel, and we're finally beginning Season 2 of House Vaekar. I'm really excited about this, and I know you guys are too, so I hope you're going to enjoy it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel as well, guys, if you are new here. So, let's have a little look around at the new Empire. Obviously, first, if you've not seen the trailer, I suggest you watch that. I'll put the little link up here, and obviously if you've not seen Season 1, you should probably watch that, but it's probably not essential if you watch the trailer to get a grasp of what is going on. Right, so here we have Emperor Astorion of North Valyria. Now this is the son of Aenys, obviously. And obviously he has a twin. He's got his 3 siblings here who are all commanders, as you can see. Or Astorion is no commander himself, though. He doesn't like war, as we know from the trailer. He's a mastermind, scholar, he's a twin, a slave owner, a poor fighter, but he's a genius, he's attractive, he's a dragon rider, a rebel leader, apparently. I don't know what's going on there. A game master, a scholar, a theologian, a erudite. Oh, he's shy, he's gluttonous, and a chaste. Oh, we've got a ward as well, who is Prince Rhaegar, who is our nephew. Right, so let's have a look at our twin next, Prince Orion of Valyria. Now, he's the complete opposite, as you guys know, of Astorion. He's got very high martial instead, but very little learning and diplomacy. He's a skilled commander, a flamboyant schemer, apparently, an organizer, a siege leader, a twin, obviously, a slave owner, a skilled fighter. He's strong, attractive, brawny, a dragon rider as well, a duelist, honourable, brave, lustful, rude, zealous, and a drunkard. He's got 2 wards. One is our other nephew, Prince Daemon of North Valyria, and then Orbella Rapatis, if you remember old Lord Rapatis, who was one of Aenys' friends. He has 2 wives, as he's very lustful. One of them is Valyria Henaris. So if you remember Brion Henaris, the old Hand of the King, who has been the regent of North Valyria whilst Astorion came to age. He had no sons. All of his children, most of his children died. This is the last remaining child he has, and she has married Prince Orion. So the Henaris line will sort of carry on through them. Also, we have our oldest sister, Princess Aenys, who is married to Alex Verandon, who was one of the characters you guys made up last season. They had a stillborn son, but then they have had 2 children since then, Prince Rhaegar and Prince Daemon. She is an incredible diplomat, inspires ferocious loyalty. She's an expert scientist, a grey innocence, an inspiring leader, attractive, a dragon rider, a trained fighter, quick, poet, socializer, a game master, honest, diligent, ambitious, gluttonous, and charitable. She has a ward as well, who is Saderos Aratis, who, if you remember, is the son of tongue-tied. That's a tongue-tied name, that is. Esterosa Arataris, who is one of the guys made by you people as well. He's had 4 children, and obviously one of them is the ward of our sister, our dear sweet older sister. And one thing I've noticed about her child, Prince Rhaegar, who is our ward, is got some incredible stats for a 1-year-old. So I'm guessing he's one of the children of destiny, you know, the little, or whatever it's called, the event you get where your children become incredible, because he's quick and attractive at the age of 1 with 3 4s and 2 3s in his traits. Now that's pretty impressive. And then he has a younger brother, Prince Daemon, who is the ward of our brother. He's nothing special compared. They've both got dragon eggs, as is the norm for House Vaekar to pass down the dragon eggs, just like the Targaryens. And then we have our other sister, Empress Alora, who is obviously our wife, and she has a brilliant steward. She's a grey innocent, she's attractive, quick, a dragon rider as well, and pregnant. I didn't know she was pregnant till now, so that's awesome. So we're going to get an heir. Administrator, architect, a gardener, just, lustful, brave, trusting, and diligent. I'm just going to spend this episode going over these characters. I didn't have the chance to create all of the characters you guys have suggested for the new season, because I'd already started the new season before getting to create all them, but I will try and get them in as soon as possible. And then in our court, there's still a couple of other guys who are still around. We still have Blackhan Hoare, who is our ever-present bodyguard. He's the captain of our household guard, and he is Astorion's shadow. He protects him with his life. He is really loyal, just as he was to Aenys. So we know all about him anyway. He's a great commander. He's getting a little bit old now though, 58, but he's still one of those loyal men who are still hanging around from Aenys' time. And then we have Edrick Rivers, who was created by you guys, who is Blackhan Hoare's brother, who has been invited here by our new Hand of the King. And he is a formidable fighter as well, just like his brother, but this guy is a bit of a complete bastard. He is pure Ironborn. So he's a bastard as well. A formidable fighter, strong, a brawny, a drowned, a berserker, a sea king, a zealous, wrath, greedy, ruthless, a family person, brave and possessed. We do have a bit more of a story about him, which we will find out as the season progresses. And then we have Teron Riander, another guy created by you. This is our cousin. He is a formidable fighter as well, as attractive and a genius. He's a duelist, a master seducer, brave, wrath, paranoid, lustful, just, ambitious, deceitful, and oppressed. He does have his issues. There's a lot of downsides to this guy, but he's a formidable fighter and he is incredibly loyal to Astorion as well. So he is very useful. And then we have the guy who was introduced to you in the trailer and at the beginning of this episode, our Hand of the King, Cerillian Blackthorn. This guy is from Braavos, as we found out. He's an elusive shadow, attractive, shrewd socializer, a master seducer, a master schemer, a game master, ambitious. Oh, he's very ambitious. Patient, greedy, deceitful, cynical, ruthless, and lustful. And obviously, he served as an understudy to Brion henaris, and Brion wanted him to be the next Hand of the King and regent. So that's what it was. He has the Empress full backing. The Emperor, well, Cerillian has the Emperor wrapped around his little finger. He thinks this guy's brilliant because Brion told him this guy was brilliant, so why would he doubt Brion henaris? But his siblings see him for what he is, but the rest of the court love this guy. Think Littlefinger, but with a lot more power, and that is what Cerillian Blackthorn is, and that's what I'm going for with this character. And we have a couple more corrupt council members as well who were mentioned in the trailer, such as Salos Murad here, this guy here, who for some reason has a bloke for his wife. I don't really understand what's going on there, but we'll ignore that. I'll sort that out. But yeah, he's got master stewardship. He's incredible with money, but he is ridiculously greedy and very deceitful as well. And he is very much Cerillian's man, just as Miro of the Stepstones is as well, who is an incredible spy, as you can see, with his 35 intrigue and all these very deceitful and untrustworthy traits that he's got. Elusive shadow, quick, torturer, master schemer, master seducer, ruthless, patient, lustful, envious, deceitful, cynical, cruel, and paranoid. So that's pretty much it for our court, and there's still a few other characters who are, we've got our dragon, Seawing, which is the Empress Dragon, Sambaron, who I believe is our wife's dragon, and then Stormcloud, who's the oldest of the dragons, 24 now, still fairly young, but that is our older sister's dragon. And then Green Comet is our twin brother's dragon. We still have also Nori Penos is still going strong. If you remember, the Master at Arms and one of Aenys' best friends. He's now 60, but he's still a formidable commander and one of the best soldiers and fighters around. His ward is Harwin Hoare, one of Blackhan Hoare's sons. He has 4 children of his own. 2 of them have their own lands and titles. He does have a concubine and a wife. So yeah, Nori Penos, well, he's in good shape, so he could probably still survive for a long time, but he's very close to our other brother. He's raised him, whereas we was raised by Brion instead. Now, Giscar is now its own empire. They've decided that they want to be free from the dragon shackles and want to reclaim the old Giscari Empire. Probably a bit silly, but it's their choice. So yeah, we are at war with Giscar. Our brother is our commander for that battle. We've got all of his force of 21,000 men on these ships here that are going to go over and try and take the Giscari Empire back. The Dothraki are still much a problem in the north, and Westeros is also getting stronger every day as Aegon the Conqueror is now getting a little bit older, but he's got 2 very formidable children here. He's got Princess Reyes, who's very scarred and married to Orys Baratheon, and they've had children, but she's very good. As you can see, got some really good traits. And then her brother as well, Prince Orion. Well, the same name as our twin brother and almost the same age. He's also a very good fighter. So he's going to be an interesting character once he starts producing children. And then I did see that one of them has a bastard daughter as well, who's married to Oscar Tulle. Okay, that's interesting. So she's Rhaenys. Rhaenys had a bastard on the side. Okay, interesting. But that's it for Westeros. So we'll get into this game. So our council, we don't really get to choose much on this. Obviously, we do get to. I'm going to try and put it all into what Cerillian would want on that council. So obviously Astorion's not in charge, so we'll make it as hard as we can with this council, as hard as we can to try and keep them in line. A pretty shitty council until we sort that out. So I'll just put someone from over here, whoever for now, in charge on there. Doesn't really matter. Oh, we're at war, so the council's changed, so we'll sort the council out afterwards. But yeah, Cerillian is in charge of that for now. So the first thing we need to do is try and win this war in the east as our brother. The Lyseni and Valentine are sending their forces over, as you can see, a lot of men to back us up. The Lyseni and Valentine are now very loyal to us. They're fairly Valyrian themselves, aren't they? So they are loyal to Astorion, unlike a lot of the realm. There's a lot of deceit and a lot of rats in the realm now that need dragging out. Okay, so news from Sar Mell, Your Imperial Majesty. A new dragon has entered the world. Prince Rhaegar Vaekar has apparently hatched a weak and sickly dragon, has named the sea dragon Shirax. This is a bad omen for my nephew. Okay, so it's a sickly dragon. That's not good, because he's an absolute beast of a young boy. So it's a shame if his dragon is weak and sickly, but it could get better. It could hopefully grow into a more formidable dragon. Right, so we've got our men here. Your Imperial Majesty, I will honour my alliance and take up arms to defend the realm against North Valyria. Okay, who are you? Okay, so you're from over there, just a small area. Okay, excellent. Every man that backs up the Emperor is good. Right, so I'm worried about where those ships were going. Are they swinging around to our capital? The Giscari ships? Because if they are, that is a bit of a worry. Because I did see a whole fleet of Giscari ships somewhere. Right, but we've got our 21,000 men, so let's take them. And where should we go? Should we go for Astapor, Marine, Yunkai, or do we just go straight for the gullet and go straight for Giscar? Your Imperial Majesty, we've received word that Dragon Shirax, owned by Prince Rhaegar Vaekar, has died in Sar Mell. Apparently, she's just one day fell asleep and then never woke up, so it was a very sickly dragon then. A legend fades. That's not good. I do believe, though, that we have another dragon egg, so we do have a few dragon eggs that have been hatched over the years, so we'll grant him a new dragon, and hopefully that dragon will be a little bit better when he does hatch it. I have made all our family members important characters as well, so we can keep an eye on what is going on. Right, so there's a Yunkai ship. My wife Alaura asked me to buy her some new clothes because of the pregnancy. She has outgrown most of her wardrobe and now she feels frustrated for not having anything nice to wear whenever she needs to make an appearance at court. Very well, summon the tailor. We have plenty of money to spend. Let's go for Marine because it looks like our other men are going straight for Giscar. Yes, the Lyseni are there. So we'll go for Marine instead. Just got to keep an eye on the capital and make sure that no Giscari men come after our capital. It's a formidable city now. Look, all these extra cities. We've obviously got Sar Mell, but then we've also got the Temple of Sar Mell. We've got the City of Sar Mell, the City of Flowerport, and the Castle of Pale Tower. So there is a lot of stuff down in Sar Mell. It is a incredible place. Okay, breeding dragons is a dangerous game, but you have managed to obtain a new clutch of dragon eggs from Seawing. Awesome. An adapt dragon breeder after all. So Seawing has hatched even more eggs for us. So we've got even more eggs now in our company. Wow, that is a big Miranese army there. Rook of George Wilding. Okay, so the Wildlings are invading against Aegon for some reason. Right, where do we land this army? Because that is a big force there, which I am a bit worried about. And that Miranese army is joining up with it. We should have our brother in... Oh, our brother and both our sisters are in charge of this army. Could probably don't want our wife there, considering she's pregnant. We'll put Norris Penos on that wing, as he is the most trusted person for Orion. And our sister Aenys is meant to be by our side, so she can't be commanding either. So we'll go with Blackhan Hoare can't be, and neither can Arlax or our wife. So we'll go with Oro here, who is the son of Axel Flowers and Gemini Hotar, if you remember those from season 1. Finally, the has been completed. Okay, Master Quentin has brought me a sturdy box which contains the item. My hands are shaking slightly. I open the heavy lid. This is excellent, Master Quentin. Adds a splint mail armor to the treasurer. Okay, so we've got some nice new armor, which is it's pretty cool. Right, where do we land these men? Wow, that's a big army as well. There's a lot of Giscari armies around here that are pretty big. Let's just go for... didn't really want to go straight for Giscar. So, where should we land our fleet? We've got 21,000 men, but we do have good commanders, so that will work in our favour. But that is still a pretty big army, which is just hanging around in Yunkai, so we can't really invade Yunkai. We could go for Astapor. Could go for Marine. Or we could just go straight for Gis. Let's just go straight for Gis. I think he'd go straight for the gullet. Old Orion. He is a very impatient, rough young man, so he'll go straight for the gullet. Money continues to flow through the trade post in Sar Mell, but your relationship with the Penimoyan family from Volantis that owns it is soured. To teach them a lesson without going to war, you could arrange for a mob to burn it down. Yes, assemble the mob. No, things could quickly escalate out of control, and we know that Astorion's a bit of a craven, so... Your observatory is finally ready. It is with your great anticipation that you prepare to make your first observations. I wonder what strange things I will discover, plus 1 learning. Yeah, Astorion is not interested in ruling at all. He just wants to learn and progress his knowledge, learn about the deeds of other kings and emperors throughout time. We'll land our army on this main island. Well, it's not the capital island, but the Lysenia there, so we'll go for this bigger island instead. With our force of 21,000 men. The supply line isn't great here though, which is not good. So, it's probably better that we don't. We'll get back on the ships and we'll go for somewhere else. Where can take our amount of men? Where has a good enough supply line? Nowhere really. The supply lines are pretty poor around New Gis. We'll dock here and then we'll try and take out this Miranese army quickly. We'll dock here. Oh, the army's already docked. It's too late. Let's try and catch up with this Miranese army quickly and take them out to stop them joining forces with that huge Giscar force, which is up in Slavers Bay. You have a new heir. If your character dies now, you'll play as Aenys Vaekar. Okay, so we've named it. I'm going to keep that name, Aenys. Why not? A son was born to Emperor Astorion of North Valyria and Empress Alora of North Valyria, named Aenys. Okay, we'll keep that as Aenys. Emperor Astorion of North Valyria fulfilled the ambition to have a son, so we need a new ambition now. Win the war, have 5 children, have a daughter, improve combat ability, become exiled among men. Become a paragon of virtue. I think he would love to become exiled among men, but he's not got what it takes, I don't think. We'll have a daughter. Let's just go for that one for now. Let's have a look at our son. Okay. He's been born with the attractive trait. That's pretty good. We'll go with... Yeah, let's go for the diplomacy ones. Let's bring our ships up the shore here as we march our men through Giscar. Okay, so it looks like those armies are gone. We'll assault this. It's only got 15 defenders, so... And now we'll swing around to Astapor. We can take these units out on the way. Let's get our fleet around to Astapor as well. And hopefully Astapor should have a good enough supply. No, it has a really crap supply limit. I'm pretty surprised by these poor supply limits. Okay, these are all our armies still over here, so that's good. I don't know where all those Giscari are. Aha, there you are. 37,000 men sneaking around. 23,000 men here versus our 20,000 men, but I'm confident that we can win that battle considering the men that we do have in control of this force. Even it's only 2,000 more. We should easily be able to win this battle. Okay, one of our flanks is retreating already, so he's not a very good commander at all. Might have to have a look. Have we got any better commanders who we can put in control? We've got to have better commanders than some of these. Tyron doesn't leave our side, so he can't unless we're fighting. No, we don't really have anyone who's any better, to be honest. So we're just going to have to put up with the commanders that we've got for now. Let's march on to... what about Yunkai? Yunkai has a bit of a better supply limit, so we'll go around to Yunkai instead. Okay, this army's retreating, so they've lost a bat. Or is that a mix of two armies? It might be a mix of two armies, so... we'll carry on marching around and we'll try and end this rebellion in Giscard. And then once that happens, our brother is going to be coming over to Sar Mell from the invitation from our sister to try and sort out this corrupt council and this whole mess that Astorion is allowed to happen. The city's still being ran fairly well because Cerillian wants to be seen as the hero. He wants to be seen as incredibly important and powerful and that he's the true ruler. He wants to try and obtain power. He wants to hopefully get gifted these areas here, which the Emperor is going to be more than silly enough to give him because of how much he respects him. You've spent many nights looking at the stars in your observatory. It's truly fascinating. There are so many questions to ask. How do the stars move? Is there something strange out there? We'll go with the top one. It gets more prestige. But yeah, I want to try and properly roleplay as Astorion, so that may include making some very silly and questionable decisions. So please don't jump on it and me going, what are you doing? That's a stupid idea. I know some of these ideas may be stupid, but it's going to make hopefully for a more interesting playthrough. And it's the sort of ideas that this young man would probably make. He's very naive and timid. So, and then if we played as Orion, for example, if there's something happened to Astorion, then things would change drastically, and then we'd be over the top aggressive and go around burning and pillaging and whatever. So I want to try and stay in character of the people that we are playing as. Wow, we have lost a lot of men on this march around to Yunkai, which is worrying when there's 30-something thousand men on their way round to us. That is very worrying. We've got to try and siege Yunkai quickly before they get here. Having invested myself in the literary endeavour, I have been feeling drained lately. When my scribes ask me what the next section of the book should be about, I throw my hands out in the air. How should I know? You cannot rush these things. I need inspiration. Perhaps I'll indulge in some late night festivities with my soldiers. I clearly just need a break. This has a risk of lowering the quality of your work. Perhaps, 25% Astorion will be maimed or severely injured. This has a chance of raising the quality of your work. Doesn't seem like the sort of thing he'd do to go and spend time with the soldiers, but I don't think he'd have a break and risk ruining his work either. So maybe he'll go and spend some time with the soldiers and we'll see what happens. Got to try and siege this quickly. I am very worried about those 30,000 men that are marching straight on us. Will we be able to take them? Do we get any sort of bonus from defending in Yunkai? 30,000 men. The Lyseni are on the way around though. They could get here in time to back us up. So anything is possible. Here is our rival, Emperor Grazdan of Giscard. Only a 15-year-old boy, but a very clever, a genius and a great fighter himself and commander. That is why all of the slavers have swore him fealty, really. Princess Aenys Vaekar has been a leal and able servant, having successfully completed many tasks in aid of North Valyria. It would be seen as the right and honourable course to reward her with certain incomes and grants, so as to foster greater loyalty. Transfer Dragon Egg. Could do that. I will owe her a favour. Arrange a reward. See, now Astorion would want to do this. He loves his older sister, but Cerillian... what would Cerillian want? And he is in charge. We'll just send her a reward of gold. Cerillian knows that isn't going to do anything. He's not going to give her any chance of getting more dragons, because that would probably be a risky thing to do. Okay, that army has marched straight on past us, which is good, which means we're going to be able to siege Yunkai. The Lysenia are almost here as well to join forces with us, which is awesome. They'll hopefully crush this Miranese force on their way round. And then we might go for New Gis afterwards. We're at 29% war score already, so the Lysenian Valantai army have really helped out. And they've still got a lot of galleys back here, and I don't know what this massive army here is, so there must be some sort of civil war going on in Valantis by the looks of it. It's very divided at the moment. We do have Mir, obviously, but all these northern free cities are still very much independent, which needs changing, but Astorion just has no ambition for it. Brion just wanted to stabilise the realm, where once Aenys died, just try not to lose what we'd already got, because obviously it was a great sign of weakness when Aenys died and Doom disappeared. They lost a lot of that strength and fear that they managed to put into people. So yeah, without... Okay. We'll dock the ships in Yunkai, because that has got a lot of defenders. It's going to take us too long to take that, so... We'll take this army out here quickly of 800 men, and then we'll get back on the ships and go towards Gis, unless we can siege Marine. We might be able to siege Marine. Observing the movements of the stars at night, you have begun to see some regular patterns. The observations, however, have raised many new questions. You are starting to wonder, for example, if the Earth is really at the centre of it all. Interesting. Diligent and cynical. 33% chance of gains the trait cynical. 33% chance of getting diligent. Okay. Hard work is always needed to achieve something in life. I've gained the diligent trait. Awesome. The world is such a big lie. I've gained the cynical trait. Okay, so we've gained 2 traits. 33% chance of getting 1, and we got both. The more traits, the better, I suppose. And Astorion might swing more the other way and grow up a little bit for his responsibilities eventually. You never know. He might change his ways as we go through this playthrough. His brother might have more influence on him. Who knows? But yeah, as I was saying, Brion just wanted to stabilise the realm for his reign as regent and just make it more prosperous and build the city rather than continuing that conquering. It wasn't the right time for it. Your Imperial Majesty, I'm deeply hesitant to ask, but the coffers of your loyal subjects are running dry from the upkeep of the levies you have raised from our lands. Any recompense for the costs of my liege war would be a great comfort. Give them gold. That's only 70 gold. And Astorion wouldn't dare say any otherwise. He'd just go, yes, just take the gold. Just leave me alone. I want to read this book and whatever. Right, so we've won that war. Can we siege Marine? Bad supply limit, so I don't know if I... We will siege Marine. We'll siege Marine. We may lose a couple of men doing it, but I don't know where that huge Giscari army went. It just sort of vanished. News from Sar Mell, Your Imperial Majesty. A new dragon has entered the world. Prince Daemon Vaekar has apparently successfully hatched one and named the she-dragon Phazilix. Okay, that's so cool. It looks really cool, but my poor reading skills, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Awesome though. More dragons in the world. It's just a shame that they're all so small. We need someone to tame Doom, but all our siblings are dragon riders, as well as now our youngest nephew. We do have a child though. Oh, I forgot to grant my child a dragon egg. As is now Vaekar tradition, you have young Aenys sleep in his bed with his new dragon egg. If a dragon is hatched, it will be a sign that the child is indeed a true Vaekar. But what if the dragon is weak? Well, we won't think of that. That's going to be a lot of dragons in the world, though. Obviously, we've got us and our siblings. That's 4. Doom, 5. Our nephew has hatched 1, which is 6. There's a hell of a lot of dragons now in the world. As well as our nephew, the one that died would have been 7, but he has a new dragon head, and our son. So there's potential for like 8 dragons. 8 Vaekar dragons, that is. That's not even including the Targaryen dragons over the Narrow Sea. So the dragons really are growing again in this world. But they're all so young and vulnerable. That's the only problem at the moment. Where's that 10,000 army going? Rumour has it that your courtier, Harwin, has been influenced by his guardian Splendor. It's said that Harwin is now considered properly Volantine. Okay, so Blackhan Hoare is now a Volantine instead of... Okay, interesting. But it's up to him to decide what he wants to do there, isn't it? I want to siege this, but now I kind of want to chase this Giscari army down. It was a very foolish rebellion, to be honest, on their half. News from Sar Mell, Your Imperial Majesty. A new dragon has entered the world. Prince Rhaegar Vaekar has apparently successfully hatched one and named the he-dragon Parklon. Wow, so it didn't take him long to hatch a second dragon, did it? And this one isn't sickler, so that's good news. There's the 7th Vaekar dragon. Now, just wait for our son to hatch his. Your courtier Harwin has, through the teachings of Lord Norris, been studying the principles of the R'hllor faith. Becomes R'hllor. Okay, so Harwin Hoare has become R'hllor because of Norris Penance. I'm not sure how Blackhan Hoare will feel about that, but it's not going to cause too many troubles. I don't think Blackhan Hoare is a loyal bodyguard. Right, let's get back on our ships for now. Your Imperial Majesty, I write on behalf of the Iron Bank of Bravos to express the constitution that the actions of your courtier, Lady Sierra, they have failed to pay the due interest on a loan. I urge you to take appropriate action. And so as concerns me, I shall issue a reprimand. I will pay the interest on behalf of my courtier. Yes, we'll do that because Astorion is fairly weak. Right. Where did that Giscari army disappear to? Let's just sail around the shore of Slaver's Bay until we can see. There they are. We'll try and give them the jump. If we land in the baked shore, hopefully we can give them the jump. Our army will restore in time and then we can trap them here. Your research, your conduct in your observatory at night is proving deeply fascinating. You could push your studies further, but you'd need to purchase more equipment for it to be meaningful. I must move forward. We know Astorion would rather move forward in his research. Right, let's dock our army on the baked shore and we'll get the jump on this Giscari army of 10,000 men. Your bannerman, King Jommo Ivan, is currently under threat from external enemies. Should we fulfill our emperorly duty by aiding him? It's my duty. I'm guessing that's the Dothraki. Of course it's the Dothraki. Grave news. The colony in Royne Vale is struggling to feed its people. The land is insufficient to bear enough food for all, and conditions have recently worsened to create a terrible famine. Lord Aenys, the lord of this colony, says he has no means to alleviate this and is requesting aid. Send supplies to relieve them. Right, so where has that army just vanished to? That Giscari army. Are they staying in Astapor, maybe? Let's sail the ships around and do a bit of scouting. Your Imperial Majesty, the colony at Sar Mell is under siege by forces led by Corcel Salah of Death Isle. If the defenders were to capitulate and let the fledgling settlement be sacked, there is chance the colony may fall. Right, so we definitely need to do something about that then, considering we've got pirates in North Valyria now, but we haven't got any men that we can call up to try and stop that, which is very annoying. Your Imperial Majesty, Horono Pennymion has been defeated. His reign of okay, I'm not really interested. Right, what we could do, we'll just hire some sellswords in North Valyria to get rid of these pirates. So let's have a look at some okay, we can raise levies. Where did we just raise those levies? Because that was quite a lot of levies by the looks of it. Okay, 300 men. It's not that many. Right, yes, we'll hire some mercenaries if we can. We've got enough money, so why can we not? So a lot of these, wow, a lot of these already have contracts with the Volantine. Okay, well, 500 men isn't going to be enough, is it though? That's the problem. Right, let's have a look at the, there we go, 2,000 men. We'll hire those. Where have they decided to land though, which is the worrying thing. Okay, haha, there's that army. So they're marching on to us. That's fair enough. So we'll sail those ships around there. Okay, so the Roynish small folk are raising up as well now against the against our rule. Okay, so Death Isle have got in a war with the Revolt army of 16,000 men. Wow, 16,000 peasants are revolting. Right, we need to once we win this war, we need to sail on back home quickly then and put an end to those before they destroy all the hard work that has been done in Sar Mell, our capital. We need to sort that out quickly. Okay, so they've tried to siege it instantly. Whilst holding court, a group of Jogus Knight warriors was presented to you. The leader expressed the admiration they had for you and presented you a gift, a young Zorse stallion, a striped black and white mount that the Jogus Knight ride on the plains. I thank you for this fine gift. And okay, so we get a Zorse, and yes, we'll invite him into our court because the last Jogus Knight that we employed was a brilliant addition to the council under our father. We'll disband those 300 men. I want to know what's just happened to those sellswords that I hired. That seem to have just disappeared. I hired 2,000 sellswords and they've vanished. Okay, what the hell are you doing over there in Tyrosh? Start making your way to North Valyria, please. And we'll join you pretty soon. Let's just siege this quickly over here. And we'll attempt an assault again. Your Imperial Majesty, an enemy host approaching intent on encircling the castle. What should we do? I'll just fly away. The castle is impregnable. We are safest where we are. Send my family into hiding. I cannot risk them being caught. Yeah, we'll send our family into hiding. Right. We don't want to make the mistakes that we've made before. One more assault. And on the ships, please. And we need to get these 9,000 men home. I did say there was a lot of issues. They probably sensed the weakness of this emperor and decided the Royna want to try and take their lands back. Right. Let's sail this army round here quickly and dock in Volantis, please. We need to quickly take care of that little peasant revolt that we've got going on over there. Very worried about that, if I'm honest. Right. Okay, the Lyseni are still over in New Gis, which is good. At least normally you only have to crush these revolts once. The Zorsh you acquired has been causing much trouble. The wild stallion clearly has a lot of pent-up energy and one time escaped into the herd of horses, mounting many of the mares in there. It also kicked my court physician Bezeris, prize stallion, to death. Clearly it saw it as a rival. Now Bezeris seeks redress for his loss. I'll give him fair yeah, we'll pay him because it's Astorion. If it was Orion, he probably wouldn't pay him. He'd just say, well, what do you expect? Your animal should have been more fierce. It's natural selection or whatever. He wouldn't pay him. Right. Why is our brother not leading this army? We'll let Blackhan lead this army, considering that it is back in North Valyria. We'll allow him to lead it. Where are those other 2,000 men? Let's get those to Sar Mell as well. I'm confident these 9,000 men will take out that 13,000 peasant revolt. Let's get our shifts back to Sar Mell as well, ready to dot the army back on once we take care of this revolt. Okay, Astorion. Everyone knows that I have spent most of my spare time directing the work on my book. When today I am presented with the final product, this is not bad, I murmur to the relief of my scribes. I felt inspired. So we have wrote Valyrian Language Volume 3. Okay, he wrote his own book. That's pretty cool. Oh wow, we are losing that battle pretty badly. Oh shit. Not good. Not good, not good, not good. What are we going to do? This peasant revolt is a lot stronger than I expected it to be. I'm going to have to hire some more sellsword companies. Where are they going to dock up this time though is the worrying thing. Right, so we've got 1,000 there and 2,000 there. We'll meet up in Vedilands or whatever it's called. I'm a bit worried now. I can't believe that I weren't expecting to lose that battle. I really wasn't expecting that to happen. Things are not looking good at all for Astorion. We are winning over in Giscar, but only just. We've just had our army completely crushed there. Where I just hired 2 sellsword companies, so where has the other one decided to randomly get hired? Considering they just want to show up wherever they bloody well feel like it. Not sure. We'll find them in a moment. Let's have a look. Okay, so you're that one there. Okay, you've decided to randomly appear up there, whatever. Right, we'll send you down. No, not to Sar Mell. If you can go there instead, please. We need to gather our forces quickly and try and stop this revolt before they destroy our capital. Still a new, even though it's a flipping really old colony and been upgraded to the max, it's still not right apparently. We'll send supplies to that colony. 11,000 men here. We need a better commander on that side. Let's put Arlax on that wing as well, so we've got plenty of good men there. And then we'll march around here to Old Volantis, and we'll try again to take out this army in Sar Mell. Your Imperial Majesty, the colony at Sar Mell is under siege. I know. A relief force will be sent soon. It's on its way. Right. Surely we can win this war now. Surely we can... they have the river crossing. Yeah, but we've got incredible commanders in charge of this. How can they not win? There we go. That's more like it. A merchant specialising in rare books and scrolls has arrived in Sar Mell seeking an audience. He has learnt of your enthusiasm for reading and other learned pursuits and is offering you the chance to purchase one of his wares. Yes, I will buy it. Of course he'll buy a new book if he gets the chance. It's all about learning for Astorion. There we go. We managed to crush that revolt now. So, offer peace, enforce demands. Yes. Right, get those other mercenaries over here to Sar Mell quickly. Actually, just get on the ship. And you guys aboard the ship as well. You guys. Get those other mercenaries that we've hired on the ship quickly, and then we need to go over and try and end this Giscari mess that's going on at the moment. It's not good. We'll go over to Sar... Oh, we're going to have to go round to Sar Mell just to dock on the ships. That is a pain in the arse. Why can't we just send the ships over the flipping river? Wow, we've lost a lot of money as well in this episode from trying to keep people happy. Father calls Aenys, pulling my arm, pleading to play with him and his latest toy, completely oblivious to all the important work I am in the middle of. Sometimes this kid can be really insufferable. Alright, Aenys, what is it? And he'll gain a lot of decent stuff for that, so we'll definitely give him time of day. Right, 12,000 men on the ships. Right, let's send the ships straight to New Gis now. We need to try and siege New Gis. Your nightly studies of the movements of the Celeste bodies are increasing your knowledge of a great many things. You feel that you are getting closer to the understanding of the universe. Gain 1 learning. Our learning must be pretty high now. Wow, 36. That's very impressive. We need to put down these flipping Giscari slavers before it costs us too much money. It's annoying. This Volantine civil war that's going on has really made us suffer, which is not great. It's definitely made things a lot harder. Can we call our family out of hiding now? Cool. No, not yet. Okay, we'll just have to hopefully take Giscard. Where are you currently? Okay, so you're leading troops there, are you? Right, we'll try and battle you then head on. Where's the ships? We'll go and land in Old Gis and take on this army, considering that he is leading it himself. We need to try and take that out and try and hopefully capture him. Okay, some people are deciding to only just get involved now. Let's land the ships quickly in Gis. Get the army there, let them recover, and try and take out this the Emperor's army very quickly. Let's assault quickly. Right, march on that army quickly. Let's try and take... Ah, is he going to get away? I'm guessing he's in that bigger force. We got there in time, though. Please capture him. If not, we'll pursue this army and hopefully capture him then. Luxury clothes are trendy at the moment. What about keeping your courtiers busy by changing the fashion at court? Introduce a new fashion at court. Okay, it's going to cost us a lot of money, but we will gain the trait fashionable. Okay, why not? Makes him more interesting. Hopefully we can catch the Emperor in this battle. No, we didn't. That's a shame. But we will pursue him. We'll follow him down. But I think that's going to have to wait for the next episode, guys. This one has gone on for quite some time, so we're going to have to try and take down Giscard in the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new here. I hope you enjoyed the first episode. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. And yeah, just chat with me. Don't forget to join the Discord server as well if you're still not in there. It's a great community now. It really has grown a lot lately. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you very soon for episode 2